Hey there, Aries. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for July of 2020. I appreciate your patience with me being sick and a lot going on in life. Yeah, if I cough or clear my throat, please don't get upset with me. I can't help that right now. So I want to go ahead and get into your reading. I'm doing something a little bit different here in regard to the readings right now. So basically, we're going to do a general read. After that, I'll get into couples, and then after that, singles, relationship energies, okay? Some of them may overflow, some of the energies may bleed into each other. It really depends on your situation. You'll be able to pinpoint things with a little bit more accuracy than what I can, just because you're living it. These readings are with thousands of people. So if something resonates, it may be for you. If something is not resonating with you, this might not be your situation, and you might want to also check your sun, moon, rising energy as well. So moving along, this reading, this general energy starts out with the Queen of Wands, which is interesting because it's showing me an energy where you, Aries, are either dealing with another fire sign or you're stepping into a very strong and vibrant aspect of yourself. This is a lot about determination, okay? It's staying very active, very busy type of energy. There's a lot of goals and ambition in regard to this card. So where in life are you going after your own passions? Where are you succeeding in that regard? Where are you wanting to focus your energy in that direction? There's a lot of independence that comes with this card as well, which I do want to talk about briefly with the Seven of Swords. I'll get into that in a second. I'm sorry. So here with the Star and the Queen of Wands, there's an action that's happening, but it's also one where we're going after what we want. With the Star, it's about awakening, there's inspiration happening. You are being seen in a different light. You're seeing yourself and your own potentials in a different light. There's a shift and a change in your awareness that is moving you forward towards something that you want, and you're the only one that can get it. Very, very powerful energy here. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have an energy that is talking about cycles. It talks about adapting to changes, positive changes coming for you, receiving what you want in certain situations. There's promotions in jobs or promoting yourself. This also can talk a lot about self work with yourself. It can talk about entrepreneurial endeavors. So, you have that, but it's supported here. It's very heavily supported here with the Wheel of Fortune for positivity and change. And it's interesting just because if you are dealing with a situation regarding like entrepreneurial pursuits, this is feeling at ease with that. It's feeling like you're doing the work that you were born to do, or like feeling like you're doing what you were meant to do here. It's like coming to your calling. This can deal with the occult. It can deal with psychic energies. The Queen of Wands is connected to the occult and to magic. She is of that realm as well. So she has a very keen interest in that. Some of you might find it interesting to become a tarot reader, maybe on YouTube, or give to the greater good. The Wheel of Fortune also, it can talk a lot about sharing your potentials, your particular understanding or your information with the world, especially sharing it out with others, helping others accelerate their experiences in this life, and helping others evolve in a lot of ways. There's a lot of positivity that can be shared with the Wheel of Fortune. It sits right above the Two of Cups, which talks about intimacy. It talks about spiritual love, connection, deep loves, giving and receiving in your love relationship. It can also talk about support from loved ones. It can also mention, though, really, really loving what you do, okay? And there's this aspect here within this general reading that really kind of denotes that. It keeps pushing at it. I will mention that at the bottom of the deck here, you do have the Ten of Swords, which essentially talks about endings. But it's an ending that's kind of harsh. It's kind of leaving you feeling stabbed in the back, or there's a fair amount of loss that's attached to it. Sometimes it's an energy of being victimized by somebody, or, betrayal. But either way, the Ten of Swords is indicating an end of a difficult time here, okay? The worst is over in that situation. So it's time to release that restriction and let go of that bad energy, and to take things day by day, and really harness what's for you, make yourself feel good, put yourself in situations where you are in connection with people that love you, that care about you, where you have somebody to call if you need to. It's not feeling like you're left out dangling in the wind, like by yourself. It's having a security, safety net after this type of energy. That card's not about it, but it indicates that you might need that, okay? With the Seven of Swords here, most of us know what this card is about. It can talk about dishonesty, cheating, theft. It can talk about people who are afraid to face the music, or, afraid to basically be responsible for their actions. It can talk about accountability, getting caught, breaking the rules. But I really, in some odd way, this makes sense to me, especially if you are dealing with job situations where you're trying to do things on your own. This can also indicate, the Seven of Swords can also indicate that you might work more efficiently on your own. Like, it's not being part of the crowd. It's not being part of the herd. You kind of do things on your own. It's interesting also with the Queen of Wands and the Star. It's like that movement, that forward movement, but also doing things on your own. With the Wheel of Fortune, especially if your work is a great sense. How do I say that? Your work provides you a great sense of self. There's a, how do I say that? Hang on. It's like sputtering to come out. It's like big. It's like I'm getting, what are they, goosebumps things. The Wheel of Fortune here, it can talk a lot about having a great sense of purpose within the work that you do. And it's almost as if like you were born for this type of work. That's what I'm feeling here. The Queen of Wands is very much about that. And so in regard to this, I'm not freaking out about this, the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Swords. Like, I'm more feeling like if you know that only you can provide something, or the information that is divinely instilled in you can give out to the universe or a situation to help others, then that is solely your responsibility. And yes, your sense of purpose, your feeling that you are doing what you need to do, that is definitely worth taking time, because nobody else can do that. And in a way, that Seven of Swords does make sense in that regard here, okay? It's not, usually that indicates bad stuff. Right now, what I'm feeling here is that there may be, it may indicate your energy to work more effectively on your own. Also, again, with the Seven of Wands here too, needing to protect your views, needing to protect what your information is, needing to protect what you say, your point of view. So things are your own way. This is it's kind of an interesting reading, the general energy, because it's very controlled, but it's also controlled in a very positive way. It's like ensuring, it's controlled because you're trying to ensure what you need to come out comes out. So it's very positive. I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifying cards for this reading here, just to get a little bit more on there, because that Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands can go a lot of ways. But I also feel here too, it's interesting with the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands as well. Those energies, those cards, they can also represent like in work endeavors where we might be going into a teaching position, jobs that like leadership roles, stuff of that nature, where you may be doing public speaking. This is about public speaking as well. This is a very adept public speaker. They're very good with their words, and they help people find passion in the meaning behind things. So let's go ahead and get some clarity here. Show me the Queen of Wands with the star. Queen of Wands with the star for Aries. You have the Hermit here. The Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Cups for Aries. Got 2 cards coming through. So you have the Six of Pentacles with the Death card. Show me the Seven of Swords here for Aries. You have 3 cards coming out, Aries. You have the Temperance card. You've got the Wheel of Fortune again. And you have the Six of Wands here, okay? You've also got the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So let's get a little bit into this. With the Hermit here, looking in on the Queen of Wands and the Star, this is about divine guidance. It's also about trusting your own intuition in regard to what makes the best sense for you. Which directions do you want to go in? This isn't just for work or whatever. This is more about laying the path for your spiritual divinity, your goodness, your experience, your positivity in this life, you know, also how you can help others evolve as well. It feels like there's a lot of expansion that can happen here, Aries. There's a lot of positivity. And it's about divinely trusting that guidance, trusting that divine guidance. It's about trusting the direction that you feel like you're supposed to be in, you know. With the Wheel of Fortune coming out here twice and the Six of Wands, some of you may be in positions where you might be in the public eye. I will say that, you know. Either way, there's an energy here where I feel like you really need to do things on your own and play by your own rules. It's kind of a unique situation just because so often in life we're playing by the rules of other people. But it seems in this particular time that we're in, there's a lot of support in regard to doing things on our own, making sure that we're taking care of ourselves, making sure that we're happy, making sure that our lives are running in the order that we need them to. It's almost as if there's kind of like a dissolve of the overarching energies that once were. We get to be our own people, our own bosses. With the the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups, with the Six of Pentacles and Death, let's start with the Six of Pentacles. There's an energy of equality. There's an energy of fairness. There's an equal give and take here. If this is I feel like more of a job thing versus romance, you can fit it in however you want. The Two of Cups doesn't just mean romance. It means loving a job that you very much love and joy. It means being connected to people within a situation that you have great relationships with. Now, with this, though, the Six of Pentacles, it shows a rise in your finance. It shows a point where you can at least be somewhat capable and comfortable in your positioning to give to yourself, to give to others. You know, you might not be diamond little, but you also can give. You're not starving. There's an aspect here where trusting this change gets you into a position where you are happier. There's better equality for you. There's much better and well-rounded situations for you. But what it takes is a change, and that change is the Death card. Death is not a difficult, it's not a bad card. Death is not a mean card. You know, death is basically about endings and new beginnings. It's closing chapters in your life, you know, allowing the past to be put behind you, and also overcoming fears in a lot of ways, you know, creating a new life for yourself. There's a lot that will change with that. You know, things will not be the same after you change things, but if you're self-assured here with the Queen of Wands, I think you have a really positive potential for moving things forward with yourself, okay? I've been talking a lot today. I'm sorry, you guys. I haven't really talked a lot at all. So, and I'm dropping things too. So let's move forward here with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Wands. So with this, you're bringing balance to your life. You're also, again, trusting. It's bringing balance, bringing equality within the situations that you engage in, you know, removing yourself from problematic things that just caused you to be victimized, to be I feel like almost held at arm's length. I feel like you weren't being treated the way that you were in a lot of ways, and it left you feeling like a sense of doubt about yourself, a sense of lack. And I think that this is really indicative of trying to get a better grip on the actual power that you do harness and that you do have within you and moving forward. With Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune here, it's about trusting that divine guidance. It's about trusting your God-given, plan in life. I don't often say God-given just because a lot of people either believe or don't believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in, Krishna. I believe in everything. Like there's aspects to everything. I don't shut my door to information. So here we're bringing that balance with the Wheel of Fortune again. It's nudging you to trust the direction that you have. Look at your life. Look at the certain things that only you are good at. Look at the ways that you excel in your spirit energy. Where do you feel drawn to? Where do you feel like you need to give to? That's what it's talking about. It's talking about igniting a fire there and making it happen, creating for the better of everyone. It is. And with the Six of Wands here, it's about success. It's about moving forward in ways that you may have not before in the past. Like there's a lot of positivity here with the Six of Wands. It's about receiving good news from other people, receiving accolades. That's the word, accolades. Getting what you deserve, basically. Job well done. You deserve this. It's good. And you're the one that started it. And it comes from taking yourself out of a victim mentality. It comes from taking yourself out of situations that are mentally confining. Again, with the Seven of Swords, I don't see it as a situation where you're like dealing with like a negative person or somebody that lied or cheated on you. Like this is a general reading. It may come up in the couples or singles reading, but what I'm feeling here is that you might be better working on your own. You might be better creating your situation on your own, and you're going to have to defend that. So let's go ahead and get into the couples read. I hope that wasn't super confusing for you, Aries, but we will get into the couples reading in a second here. Couples. Show me Aries couples. You have the Ten of Wands coming out in reverse, Aries. Aries couples. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. Who knows, you may have been dealing with shithead. Either way, that's over. You have the Hierophant. You have the Five of Swords upright. One more for couples. You have the Four of Swords in reverse. And you have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Aries. So in regard to this couples reading, there's communication here. I feel in regard to this energy, the Ten of Wands is a beautiful card just because it indicates where we're fucking tired of a situation being the way it is. There's no point in resuscitating it just because it gets in the way of your movement, your forward progression in life. It's situations that you've done time and time and time again, and they just don't bear fruit. They just leave you feeling like you're spun in this weird cycle of shit. Why do I keep doing that? Here, it's releasing it. It's letting it go. The Hierophant, this is an interesting card just because it talks a lot about society. It talks about government. It talks about larger corporations and entities that are bigger than ourselves. It can also talk about commitment in a love reading. With the Ten of Wands, it's like to save your commitment, you're making sure that you're getting rid of problems that are standing in the way between the both of you. You know, the Five of Pentacles here, I do like this card in reverse just because it indicates that you're no longer being part of a situation that causes lack, or there may have been qualities within your relationship that were definitely lacking and you're getting away from them. With the Five of Swords upright, it's interesting just because it can indicate a lot of conflict or somebody winning at all costs, you know, somebody who feels bullied, you know. And it can also, if you're feeling bullied, you can be dealing with somebody who's incredibly cold. This can also indicate where you might be feeling personally attacked by somebody. You know, it's that kind of energy. It can also be an energy where no matter what, your partner makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you really haven't done anything wrong. So it's kind of that letting go of that type of bullshit in relationships. You know, your relationship situation could have betrayal. There could be levels of that, but, you know, not all the time. Everybody's going to be different here, okay? This is a general reading. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, oftentimes you have an energy that is talking about, it's a release of negativity. It can be a release of unfair treatment or behavior. Sometimes it's getting away from situations that you feel were too competitive. Yeah, there's a lot of that energy. Sometimes it can also indicate somebody apologizing for their behavior or getting caught and apologizing. Either way, it indicates somebody that we either do not trust or we haven't been able to trust in the past. There's communication going between the both of you, though, so it's very interesting. I will say that the Hierophant also deals with commitment. I'm not sure if I said that or not, but relationship, marriage, commitments, it all deals with that as well. With the Four of Swords in reverse, you have an energy of this is burnout, being tired of a situation, hitting your head against the wall and nothing's moving forward. You're just not getting anywhere with the situation. It also indicates a level of being exhausted by something, being really tired by something, doing it over and over and over again, which also kind of indicates this Ten of Wands in reverse, where we're letting it go, where we're choosing a different path, where we're not going to be upholding negative aspects of our relationships. Okay, Aries couples. It's kind of like an overhaul. And with the Seven of Swords too, it's interesting because I feel like there's the necessity to foster clear communication, honest communication. Sometimes with the Five of Swords, this can also talk about people who don't tell us our feelings or their feelings, people who can be very cold, you know, in their energy. You have the feeling or the potential. What I'm feeling here is like somebody, like almost air energy, like the King of Swords or Queen of Swords or some energy like that, where it's cold. It's cold. They're not expressive like how you may need. They, you know, oftentimes fire and air relationships can get on really well, you know, but sometimes when they lack, it's like the air, the wind can blow the fire out, you know, or with too much air, it can accelerate fire and burn everything down. Like you need to find balance here. I don't know why I keep like getting Libra energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra, but there's a necessity to open up lines of communication where things are easier. There's better, you're both going for with the intention of getting out of problematic situations and energies within your relationship that provide lack and less stability, less money, things of that, like that. I feel it's a lot to deal with more communication versus money, but you will have to figure that out for yourself. Show me the Ten of Wands in reverse with the Hierophant. So you have the Nine of Swords coming out, and you also have the Three of Swords. I'll pull cards here, and then we'll get into it. Show me the Five of Pentacles in reverse with the Five of Swords. You have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. One more, Seven of Swords in reverse with the Four Swords in reverse. Two cards, one's on the floor. So you have the Devil coming out in reverse, and you also have the Sun Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love that the Two of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So in regard to this, I feel some of you, if you're having relationship problems, I feel like with communication and being on the same page with each other, that will change. Right now, you're in your head about it, but what we're seeing here, it's almost as if there's positivity coming through no matter what. With the Three of Cups, it's all about seeing eye to eye with people that you love, your family members, your friends, your partners. It's also talking about doing new things, going out and exploring stuff, like having lunch, having, go have a picnic in the park, go on the mountainside and have a picnic, like do something different. Try to mix it up here a little bit. Okay, Aries. With the Nine of Swords here, it's still worrying about, well, will we go back to our old tendencies? Can I trust my judgment? Can I trust the judgment of my partner? Are things going to work out? I feel that they will. I feel that there's a need for connection, though, and to bring some warmth to your relationship, all right? Some pleasure. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you're releasing a lot of what's been held on to. There may have been stagnancy within the way that you communicated. You may have not been getting all of the information when it comes to the finances that may have been dealt with in your relationship. Things are coming out, though. Things are opening up. With the Four of Pentacles, it makes it a little bit more open so that you can share equally with your partner, okay? There's a give and take there in a certain respect. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, you really... it's letting go of lack. It's not feeling like you are, constantly tethered to somebody who's working in opposite directions of you, With the Five of Swords here, we're letting go of some of that aspect. We're letting go of a lot of that. I still feel coldness. There's a necessity for communication here that needs to warm up. You need to do things that cause connection. I don't know. Like, it just feels like there's stagnancy and cold energy here with this Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. With that Seven of Swords, though, I do love that the Devil is working itself out in reverse. I do also want to say the Seven of Swords doesn't have to be somebody cheating on you or lying to you. It can also be somebody that cheats their own selves. They lie to their own selves in their life, and it causes negativity, it causes loss. So there's potential there as well. All right. I don't mean to jump all over the place with these readings just because it's a lot of information to digest, especially with a general reading. But you have somebody where there is feelings of remorse, there's apologies, there's a direct approach at remedying this negative energy. And with the Sun here, the most positive card in the deck, you have that. You have a change. You have a swift energy of change and positivity here. It's bringing light to new things, finding new ways to do things with each other, and really, really making sure that you're communicating here. With the Two of Wands underneath there at the bottom of the deck, communicating new directions, new path, new ways that you want to go about things. A lot of communication, but also communication of the heart, doing things that feel good together and making that a priority. I know a lot of us are locked down, but we can do things. We can go out on hikes. We can go in nature. You can go make love somewhere where you won't be found. I feel like a necessity for connection here with your partner, Aries, and I feel that that will really help you solidify some things and let go of some negative traps between the two of you, okay? I'm going to let this go. We're going to go ahead and get... Okay, no? Okay. Advice for Aries in regard to this, in regard to their couples. Advice for couples here. Advice for Aries couples. So you have the flowers. It's basically positive news coming. It's kindness, it's caring, it's positivity. It can also talk about communication through letters and emails and stuff of that nature, but mainly it's bringing out positivity in a situation, bringing light to things, making things happen and change, and also bringing peace and rest in a situation. Okay. All right, singles. Let's do singles. Show me Aries singles on these cards. I'm not shuffling well. Show me Aries singles. Thank you. Show me Aries singles. You have the Ace of Wands here, Aries. More for Aries singles. The Moon in reverse. You have the Fool. King of Cups, Seven of Cups. One more. Six of Wands. I'm going to put it back, but the Ten of Swords just popped out. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups. Wow, Aries singles. Potentially not single for long. You might be meeting new people, having very lovely conversations and communications with a potential water sign here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces is Pisces and Cancer is it's presented here a bit. Yeah, there may be a very seductive energy coming into your life from a water sign, or it could just be a situation where you feel very seduced by somebody, or you might be seducing somebody. There's a really warm, yummy feeling here, Aries singles. Something of sexual nature, something of desire, new drive, new direction. And with the King of Cups denotes a person who they're pretty dang loving. They're very interested in your emotions. They want to be there for you. It's somebody that wants to partner with you. It's somebody that's very generous of their emotions, their time, and their energy. And they want to see things through. Very, very kind energy as well. A very nurturing person, the King of Cups is. With the Moon in reverse, it's talking about letting go of confusion. That you have two cards of confusion here with the Seven of Cups upright and the Moon. This can talk about confusion in love, confusion in regard to the options that you may have in love. And also in regard to the Moon, not trusting your own intuition, not trusting the direction that you feel that you're being pulled into. That can happen sometimes when we're in like these chaotic, tumultuous relationships and we start to lose sense of our, what is it, like how we lose faith in ourselves and our ability to judge people. And sometimes that happens. And so if you're starting to meet somebody or communicate, it's about communication as well, talking. You may be talking to somebody and it feels like it's going places, but your worries and your doubts cause you to put a blockage on it. With the Moon in reverse, I'm asking to maybe let that go. Try to not be blocked up as much in that regard. Just let things flow, okay? With the indication of the Moon in reverse, I like that just because it talks about limitations that we might put on things because of our own fear. We release, it talks about a lot of things being shown to you, being presented to you in different ways where you're not having to second guess a situation for its truth or value or worth. The Seven of Cups, you do have opportunity. There's potentials, but it feels like you might be getting involved with somebody really nice, actually. With the Fool upright and the Six of Wands upright, it's talking about moving towards a different direction. That's something very fulfilling, very exciting, a reciprocal energy, but also one where both parties can feel very nurtured and they're seen for their effort. You're seen for what you provide your party, your person, your spouse, or soon to be. Some of you are in the beginnings of this type of relationship where a lot of things feel very lovey-dovey, and I like that. Some of you are headed towards a relationship where things are moving in that regard. I will pick some clarifiers, but with the Ten of Cups being here at the end, at the bottom of this reading, what it says to me, what it indicates to me, Aries singles, is that the relationship that you either right now, currently, newly in, or will be moving toward, it's very positive. It's based upon love. It's based upon affection, connection, love, honesty, enjoyment, sex. And you're not going to be cluttered in your mind and not trusting the situation. You know, it allows, with the moon in reverse, it almost is like, I can enjoy this. A new maybe aspect of yourself or your sexuality or your experience within a loving relationship that you can be very happy about. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers here, just because what's up with the confusion? It's almost as if like, I'm in. Should I be out? I'm in. I think you should be in. Show me the Ace of Wands and the King of Cups for Aries singles, please. It's like 3 different cards. Just want one. Just want one. Show me the Ace of Wands with the King of Cups for Aries, please. Okay. You have the Ace of Wands. So, directions, new beginnings. I feel here, though, too, with this at the bottom of the deck, the Devil. I feel you might be scared, okay? Some of you may have been very hurt by others in your previous relationships, and it shows. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be flippant, but I understand that. I've been hurt in my previous relationships, and it shows, you know, but also I do what I can to move forward and not be completely, you know, taken in by them. So you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of good direction here, Aries. You've got newness happening. 2 people feeling very passionate. Show me the moon in reverse with the 7 of Cups for Aries singles, please. 3 of Wands coming out in reverse, and you have the 4 of Wands upright. So interesting. Oh my God, stop it. With the 3 of Wands in reverse, it's kind of interesting just because I think whatever the situation is, I think this person or something about this might be blowing your mind just because it feels like what you've been waiting for. It feels like what you've wanted, and it's finally here. But with the moon and the 7 of Cups, it's almost as if you're like emotionally in distress. Like, oh, this feels too good. This feels too right. This feels too loving. I don't know. There's something about this that doesn't feel like it's falling and crashing and burning. I'm so used to crashing and burning. Why does this feel good? I need to distrust this. I need to look at it through a deeper lens. I need to micromanage this. Don't do that. Don't do any of that. With the 4 of Wands, you have a situation of potentials here. You've got the 4 of Wands, which basically talks about stabilizing things, creating a foundation for you and a partner to move forward towards. It's about happiness. It's about new relationships, marriage. It happens when we are happy in regard to that type of energy. Okay, well, I guess so. Clearly, 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. So 9 of Cups here for the Fool, moving towards a new beginning that seems to be very emotionally satisfying with somebody, very emotionally stable. There's a lot of happiness involved. There's a lot of laughter, joy. And what the fuck, Aries? 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Success in this situation, moving forward happily with somebody that also wants to move forward with you. Holy shit, you guys are getting a great, like, this energy is wonderful. The 3 of Pentacles talks about working together with a partner, working towards your goals, being a couple, being a duo, being together and working towards the same things, having the same goals and desire for outcome. The Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck is about new relationships, new messages of love, being in love with somebody. It talks about potential trips together. You know, it can talk about falling in love with somebody who's easy to love. Like, that's scary. I will say that. That can be very scary, you know, coming across somebody who's very lovable and easy to love and falling in love with them. Like, if this is going too fast, you can pump the brakes. It's okay. But I feel here with the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Fool, the Nine of Cups, I feel you have the potential to have good communication with this person and to be honest about your feelings, you know? I don't think this person is going to freak out if they find out that maybe you've had troubles in relationships before. I feel very positive about this. Show me for, okay. So you have the Rider coming out here. Messages, flowers at the bottom of the deck, tulips. So, I'm sorry, you guys. With the Rider, this is about new beginnings. It's about messages. You have 2 cards in regard to messages, 3 cards, messages, messages, messages everywhere. New beginnings, new outlook. Again, this card also indicates the 9 of Cups, which is right here. Very, very positive energy, Aries. Very beautiful, very loving, a lot of communication, and a lot of feel good. Feel good. It's feel good. I like it. I like it a lot. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe or donate to my channel. If you want to donate, there's a link in the description box below. Wow. Aries, totally fucking awesome. Like working together with somebody that you can feel good about. And if this person isn't in your life currently, start to manifest them. You can do that. You can manifest the energies that you choose in your life. You can manifest, you know, heartache. You can manifest pain. You can also manifest really abundant love and beautiful connections with people. And that's what this feels like. A beautiful, abundant, loving connection with somebody who fucking adores you. And it's reciprocal. So whoever this reading is for, I hope that there is magic in your life and that you experience such bliss with your partner. I love it. All right. I hope this is good for you guys. I will talk to you later. Take care, Aries. Bye-bye.